everyone, so my name's Andrew McGregor from McGregor Group, and I'm just doing a little customer demonstration on how to weld up a torn bit of PVC. So what I have is I've got a test rig here, which is a bit of PVC which is strapped to the table, and I've got some tension which is pulling our tear apart to mimic what would happen in real life. So what I'm going to be using is a heat welder, and I use a digital heat welder, but you get analog heat welders work just as well, and in fact analog ones are slightly better for sight because they're a bit less temperamental. I'm going to be using a 50mm nozzle and a silicone roller. Now my silicone roller, I've put a little metal bit in the back which just helps, and you'll probably see that later on with some of the things that I've. Okay, so I'm going to set up at about 360 degrees, so this is 600 gram PVC, so 360 is about where we want to be for on-site repair. Now the first thing you'll notice is, what I've got to do is I've got to sort of pull this repair back together, and the whole thing's skewing quite far out of line because I've got it tensioned right up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull it in line, and I'm just going to put a couple of markers when it's straight. And I'm just going to use those as a visual aid, just so I know when it's all pulled back in line. So the next thing I've done is I've cut a little strip that's sort of 30mm wide. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find one of my markers which I've just drawn, and I'm going to start to weld that together. So I'm just going to lay it out, and this is going to be a temporary. I'm going to pull this off afterwards. So I'm going to lay that up, get my roller, catch it. This is about where I'm going to start. I'm going to lean it back and hold it with my thumb. What I'm doing is I'm just heating the two materials, and you'll start just a few seconds. You just see a tiny, tiny bit of smoke there. You don't want smoke billowing out. Just a little bit, and that's my first one. Now, when we have a look at that, I'll let that cool down, but when we peel that away, you should be getting a good delamination. What you're seeing is the PVC is actually starting to come apart. So once I'm happy that's in line, I'm going to try and pull everything back into shape. This is where I'm using my markers. I've got my two markers here. And again, I've got that under quite a bit of tension. I'm going to get that roller under there. And this is just a stitch to try and help me get everything into place. And what we'd do on a joint like this, I'd probably put 2 or 3 stitches in before I then start the repair. And you'll see that repair in the next video.